Welcome back everybody. Here is another video that we'll be doing the planting side to our 20 litre bonsai scape. I start today's video on the aquarium filter that I placed in the aquarium, which is the Aqua Internal 50. Basically, as I've noticed when I plug this in, it is very loud. Obviously being an aquarium inside my bedroom, it's not necessarily the best thing to have a loud filter. I mean, I've never come across a filter like this, but in the next clip you'll be able to see for yourself, so you can tell me what you think. So yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but it is incredibly loud, and being in my bedroom, it's not the best. I mean, I'll put it closer to the mic so you can hear, but it is absolutely incredibly loud. Trying to sleep with this thing on is impossible, and I sleep like a log, so yeah, it had to come out. So of course I wasn't going to leave the aquarium without a filter, so here is its replacement. This is the Ocean Free Hydra Nano. Really good little filter. I've kept the sponge from the old one, just so the bacteria is still alive and all cultivated. That way I don't have to wait any longer to put any livestock in the tank. But yeah, it's a great little filter, and it makes no noise, which is brilliant in comparison to what the other one was. A little light hump, but it's great. So as of this build, the tank has been set up about 5 days, I think, maybe 4. But basically the wood has started getting all this fluffy kind of cotton wool stuff on it. It's totally natural. It's basically the bacteria that lives in the filter. It's basically just breaking down organic matter that sort of can sometimes come in wood. It's totally harmless to fish, and it will disappear in a couple of days really once you've set it up and your bacteria is all mature in the tank. But it's nothing to worry about. Just basically leave it and it'll soon disappear. So moving on, as you can see, I've got tons of plants to choose from. I've been keeping these in my 20L Scapers tank 70, just while I'm basically waiting to do the build basically. There is going to be a full video on this tank, but obviously it's a sneak peek at what fish will be kept in it. But plant wise for the bonsai scape tank, we're going to keep it mainly simple, really easy grow plants. Stuff like your Anubises, Bucephalandras, Crypts, nothing too hard to grow, because it's just basically a basic low-tech setup. So I just want to make it as easy as possible, low maintenance. So let's get them in the tank. And here are the plants we're going to use. So I've got some of the Tropica 1-2 grow range. This is the Rotala HR. As you can see, there's quite a lot in there. It's really good value for money. We've got some of the Taxiphyllum Barbary, I believe it's pronounced, from 20L. Simple name is, it's just Java moss. That comes in the in vitro gel. We've also got some of the 1-2 grow range of the Bacopa Carolina. This is really great. I mean, these pots have been sat on my windowsill for around about 3 weeks. Plants haven't deteriorated or anything, they're just really good quality. We've got some of the Bucephalandra Kedang, I believe it's pronounced, but don't shred me in the comments for butchering the names of them. We've got some of the Cryptocorini Albida Brown, and then some of the Anubias Nana Bonsais. I've got 3 of these pots. All these plants are really healthy, so let's get them stripped down and put in the tank. So I'll just voice over as to what I'm doing in this time lapse. Basically, with the potted plants, just getting rid of some of the rot wool. It's basically how they grow them in the greenhouse when they're growing them immersed. These are just packed full of nutrients just to keep the plants alive when they're in the shops. But to get any of that in the aquarium, it's basically we just leak a load of nutrients into the water, which can cause algae issues. So it's best to try and get as much as possible stripped off. As you can see, I'm just dipping that into the water. That's just rubbing it between my fingers just to get the last little bits off the roots. You can also use tweezers, as you'll see me probably do in a minute on some of the Anubises, where it's a little bit tough to get it off because they do sometimes cling to this rot wool. but it's very easy to get off, and takes really no time at all. So next we're going to be looking at the tissue culture plants, or in vitro plants. These are plants that are basically, they come pest free, you get no algae on the plants, and they're really healthy. And I mean, value for money wise, you do get a lot more plants in these pots than you think, even though they're smaller, but there's plenty of them in there. I can't really fault them. I mean, £5.50 for all that plant there, it's a bargain really in my eyes. So let's get these prepared and we'll get them in the tank. And there we are, guys, that is the build complete. It's amazing really how much plants can transform a simple hardscape into some lush, beautiful aquarium. I will confess that this footage you're watching right now is actually taken a couple of days later, you might be able to notice that on the left and the right I have actually added some Bucephalandra biblis, I believe it's pronounced, just to basically add a few more plants into the scape. I thought it looked a little bit bare in those corners. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. I'll try and reply to all of them if possible, and stick around for some more videos. Thank you very much. So, due to having a cold and not being able to get this video out as quickly as I would have liked, I thought I'd do a little update just to tag on to the end here. Basically, some of the Anubis nana bonsai has kind of melted away. It's completely natural, but obviously if I left it in there, it would pollute the tank a bit, and you get a bit of diatoms and maybe some few algae issues. So what I'm hoping to do is just do a little water change, trim back what plants need, pull all the dead bits off, place them back in place, and hopefully that'll just allow them to grow a bit more healthily.